I'm getting started. Uh, Thanks to our sponsors, Orto and PDF Butler. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone who has um, joined virtually, according to from which part of the world you are connected. And if there is any in-person attendees, good afternoon to you as well. This session will cover the automotive cloud data model, which is the latest industry's cloud offering from Salesforce. And this was launched during Dreamforce 2022. And it is something that can be used by all dealers and original equipment manufacturers. And with the latest offerings we have, like data cloud and AI, um, you can leverage these latest offerings to get a complete 360 view of the customer. And this in turn fuels personalized marketing and also seamless customer service. So a brief introduction about me. I'm Paul Kuriyan. I'm a 10x certified application architect and an all-star ranger. I'm working as a principal consultant with the Salesforce practice at Infosys. I'm also certified Scrum Master and certified product owner. And I've previously delivered sessions at Salesforce Developer Days that was held in August this year at Bangalore. And I'm also an active member of Bangalore Salesforce Developer Group. So that's about me. And moving on to the session, to the topic, just trying to deep dive uh, into the session for today. So I will start off with why exactly we need automotive cloud. So as you can see, the automotive cloud, the automotive industry is pretty fragmented. Like you have agents who are trying to, whom the customer may approach to buy a car. And automotive cloud, it's just not restricted to cars. You can even use it for trucks, for boats. And then you have the dealers, then you have the financiers. Like all customers might not have the ability to provide upfront payments and get the automotive, so you have the option of vehicle finance also. And then you have the original equipment manufacturers. And nowadays it's all connected vehicles. So you have the connected car service provider, then you have the telematic service provider, then you have the electric vehicle charger utility. So as you can see, it's a pretty fragmented landscape, and that's where uh, automotive cloud comes in. So using automotive cloud, so since it's another Salesforce industry cloud offering, it comes with sales and service cloud licenses enabled. And using add-on licenses, you can bring in OmniScript. You can, in fact, OmniScript also comes in inbuilt. And if you can purchase additional licenses and then enable commerce and financial services cloud and all that. So the key, so I will have the last 15 to 20 minutes of the session dedicated for a demo, wherein I will try to explain how automotive cloud will in fact delight customers for with sales and service excellence. And you also have analytics. So analytics, it's again an add-on license, and with analytics you can get personalized insights and actions, like who will be a particular lead that we need to target and all those things. So using automotive cloud, you are trying to get a 360 degree view of the customer by combining vehicle, retail, and financial data. And you, in case there are follow-up questions, please use the Q&A tab, and you can raise your questions there, and I will try to get them answered towards the end of the session. So at a high level, this is the automotive cloud data model. Don't get overwhelmed by the various um, by the complexity of the diagram. I will try to break it down in the upcoming slides. So uh, I won't spend too much time on this. I will skip to the solution architecture. So as I said previously, this is something that can be used by OEMs, dealers. So it is built in such a way that both these personas can use it. And so these are some of the internal facing ones, and these are the external facing ones. So the customer sees the offers, the warranty, the information related to customer service. So, and this is how the consumer will see it. And so this is the high level solution architecture. And as I told previously, the automotive cloud comes with service and sales cloud licenses enabled, and it leverages manufacturing cloud, financial services cloud, field service, and also commerce cloud. And it in turn powers relationship cards, action, relationship center, household. You have action plans, interest tax. So these things I will cover in the upcoming demo. And you also have this auto data kit. So that is getting enabled by summer 24 with the launch of data cloud. Salesforce is coming up with data kits. And you also have the dealer management and telematics, and you can bring all of them together with MuleSoft as the middleware. So this is just a screenshot. So as I go into the demo, I can show this. So this is how you have the Marshall household at the top, and underneath Marshall household, you can see the family members belonging to this household, the how all of them are related. Like Rob is the dad, Susan the mother, then you have the child, and then you can bring the marketing cloud flavor into this, and then send out personalized emails to the household members. Like for example, in US, the legal limit, the legal age to get a license would be 16. So so as and when Jenny turns 16, you can send out that personalized email to Jenny with recommendations on what type of vehicle should she purchase. So this slide pretty much explains what I've told till now, mostly about the when it was launched and how automotive cloud helps. And the next slide talks about the solutions that can integrate into Auto Cloud. Typically, the rebate management, data cloud, loyalty management, marketing cloud, commerce cloud, net zero. So net zero is all about the emissions. So how you can control your emissions and make your car environment friendly, or rather adhere to the emission standards of that particular country. Then you have the commerce cloud to enable digital commerce cloud and B2C selling models. There is an add-on license needed. And this is the marketing cloud flavor that I just talked about. And then you have the loyalty management, like you try to attract customers to you every time, rather than selling a car and then forgetting. You keep uh, you keep coming up with personalized offers so that they come back to you. And then you have the data cloud, and rebate management is something like the dealers pass on rebates to the customers, and then the OEMs reimburse the dealers for whatever offers they rolled out to the customer. So I'm just pausing for a moment and checking whether there are any Q&As. So okay, so I'm again sharing screen. So this slide, so I'm about 10 minutes into the session. Probably I will take another five minutes to quickly run through the data model. So first you have the, so these are typically the objects that you use to manage the vehicle information. So the ones that you see in a blue background, those are the objects specific to automotive cloud, like the asset milestone, you have the vehicle, you have the vehicle definition. So these three objects are specific to the automotive cloud. And then the next slide talks about the objects that you use to manage lead and opportunity information. You have the lead preferred seller, you have the lead line item, and the vehicle and the opportunity preferred seller. So these are again objects that are launched as part of automotive cloud. And you, to enable automotive cloud, you need to enable specific licenses, like you have the automotive data foundation license. You have, for interest tax to be visible, you have a different set of licenses to be enabled. So this is about lead and opportunity, and I'm just providing few of the use cases for lead and opportunity objects. So you have the earliest interest date and latest interest date, and so these are typically the period during which a prospect is interested in a business transaction. So ideally, you need to uh, try to close the deal before the latest interest date. And if you're rather slow or laggard in responding, obviously in today's fast-paced world, the customer may go to some other dealer. So, and you have the lead line item object. So this is where all the product details of interest uh, that particular lead is interested in, like the vehicle spare parts, the accessories. So all those get stored in lead line item. And then you have the lead preferred seller. So if your lead is preferring to buy from a particular dealer or the company that generated the lead, this particular object will store that information. So it could be like that dealer is nearer to that lead's location, or they had a positive experience in the past and so they want to come back to this dealer. So all that gets stored in this particular object. And then you have the opportunity line item and opportunity preferred seller. So dealers can convert leads, and the lead line item gets copied over to the opportunity line item. So lead so the lead management system is something that is different from other industry clouds, and that is launched as part of automotive cloud. And then moving on, you have the product related to the objects related to product and inventory tracking. And so inventory tracking is mostly helpful when you have a fleet. There are companies like that provide fleet of cars, like Avis uh, or Hertz. So these companies would have a fleet of cars, and one location might not have a particular type of car that is in demand. So they will have to move that car from another location to a location where it is in demand. So typically, the objects that I've listed here will cater to those requirements. Like you have the product item, which represents your inventory, and each product item is linked to a storage location, and it could be a dealer lot or a warehouse or a specific product. And then you have the product item transfer, which so this tracks the transfer of product items between the inventory location. And you have the product item transaction, like when a product item is replenished or consumed or adjusted, all those will get stored here. And then you have the serialized product object. So you create one product item or record item for to record each item serial number, and then you track that item's movement. And then you have the associated location. So it represents the relation of a one account can have multiple locations. So this object can be used to track that. And then you have the product request. So in case there is a part request that is coming up from a technician who is out on the field, and he needs a part to replace a defective part that is in a customer's car, then then this object comes into play. And then all the associated components of that product request that gets stored here. And then you have the product fulfillment location. So associate sales rep with the inventory location and the product transfers that they are responsible for. And this requires the partner visit management permission set. So just to relate what I've explained, so you have a company can sell vehicles under different brands, like Toyota sells Lexus. So if you have that, have such type of a scenario, you create business brand records. And and if a company sells an assortment of vehicle parts and accessories to various dealer, like in this example Neo Motors, it has an official list of specific car models, spare parts, and uh, peripheral accessories that a dealer called Badger Motors can sell. Then you create catalog records. And then category records, it provides a logical grouping to simplify the business operations. And you have the product records. If you have Neo Motors trying to sell Neo Civic Sport utility vehicle that is priced at $50,000, and at the same time it also wants to sell an auto pressure tire gauge priced at $13, then you create product records for that. And then vehicle definition typically stores the vehicle power, how many doors it has, exterior color, interior color. So those all will be held by vehicle definition. And then you have the uh, product related component with you can model child and parent products. And then you have the product related models. And so these the objects that I'm showing on the screen, so these are specific to dealer management. You have the transaction journal is nothing but so in some countries it is legally required to understand what all the vehicle was sold to whom and what is the VIN number. So all those can be stored in transaction journal. And rebate claim, as I told, is uh, what if the dealer passes on some rebates to the customer, so he gets reimbursed. So how are vehicles and assets related in automotive cloud? So an asset is either a physical item that you sell, or it's something that you can install as part of another item. So each vehicle that is manufactured, delivered to a dealership, and finally sold, that is an asset. And likewise, all parts and accessories that are manufactured, delivered to dealers, those are also asset. And So with this asset level information, OEMs and dealers can get that complete visibility into a vehicle. So right from the time a part was manufactured till the time it was decommissioned, like cradle to grave, it can be tracked using this. So all vehicles are assets, but all assets are not vehicles. And you also have the vehicle asset. You can, so for a vehicle asset you can capture additional details that are specific to automotive use cases, like the market value, the registration details, odometer readings, and all those. They have provided around 40 attributes to capture these. And you have the vehicle records. Those are nothing but extensions of the asset record. So, so you have this particular uh, vehicle with this VIN number. So this is both an asset and a vehicle record, but the engine used is just an asset record. So that's the subtle difference between asset and vehicles. So, in the interest of time, I will move to a demo. So, quickly checking whether there are any questions. Okay, there aren't. So, so this is the winter 24 release of Automotive Cloud. So as you can see, I am in the vehicle console. So this is what they call as vehicle 360. So you can see the vehicle VIN number is right here, the engine number is here, who is the current owner. So it belongs to Morris household. And then the alerts can also be surfaced, like so from these alerts you can understand that the warranty is expiring on this particular date, the check engine light is active. So so you so the there is something called as telematics that can be that's a software that can stream data from the car, and those can also be surfaced here. So typically before even the customer uh, reports a problem, these alerts will help the dealers to proactively identify this, report to the customer, and get it corrected. So as you can see, these are the 40 plus attributes that I mentioned that can be captured at the vehicle level. And you also have the telematics that I just talked about. So as you can see, these are the various records generated by telematics, like that there's a charging issue, not charging. Then you can see the entire service history, when it was last serviced, all that, and the associated warranties, like what all warranties got expired, what all are active, and if there were any recalls related to this particular model, that can also be seen. And what is the current status of the recall. And you also have cases. So there is a warranty dispute on this particular uh, vehicle. So that is getting displayed here. And if there are, so what came along with the car, those can also be shown here. So, and so this is one key feature the uh, of the vehicle console. And as you can see, these are the related list which I just covered. And then moving on to the driver's 360. So this is what we call as the driver 360. So this Emily is the driver for this. So as you can see, the alerts are also visible to the driver, and for this particular account, what all vehicles are associated, if there are any orders in transit for this, that can also be seen here. And you also have the details, like the address. You have the activity indicator also, and there is also this interest tax. So since this requires a special permission, it is not enabled here, but it is something that we can configure. And you also have this lead management, as I told during the session. So this lead management that is launched for Automotive Cloud, it is ADF compliant. ADF is an industry standard. So you have the lead score here. So if a particular lead is having a good score, it means that the dealer would have to. It means that the lead is the probability of closing the deal is more, and so the dealer will have to pursue this lead and then ensure that they close the deal. And you also have a lot of retail store assignments can be captured here. You have the campaign history, and you have the files used for this, and marketing, any offers or recommendations that were rolled out to the customer, that shows up here, and also the campaign history. Um, so so that's about lead management. And you also have a comprehensive analytics studio here. So this is particularly useful for dealers. There is something, so you have a dealer performance. So for the original equipment manufacturers, like if it is Toyota who is the original equipment manufacturer here, they can have this analytics dashboard to see which dealer has performed well in which region, and and consequently provide some rewards or incentives to those dealers. So um, and you also have this rebate management that I told. You have the rebate claims, but the since the license is not enabled, you don't see that. So here is, so you can even import CSV file, and all those can be done here. And just to provide a flavor of the enhancements, so there is a trailer module also. So this is the trailer module, so which gives a good it is a good starting point. If you go to trailer and search for Automotive Cloud Foundation, you will be able to see that. And there are, so this is the roadmap. So some of so we started off with this lead opportunity. So these all things came with the October release. Then in February we had these enhancements coming up, and then you have in June these came up, and then you have uh, so all what I'm showing is part of future enhancements. So this is inventory transfer will be part of winter 24. So for to do this, you have an action type called lightning web component, and then you do that, you leverage that to do this transfer of inventory locations. And then you have the warranty life cycle management, and then you have automated claims processing. So all these are upcoming. So as you can see, warranty life cycle in summer 23, fleet foundation in winter 24. So this is pretty much what I wanted to cover in this session. Are there any follow-up questions?